Hi, my name is Lily. Welcome back to my channel. You might not know this because my background probably looks absolutely no different to before, but I have recently moved out of my parents' house. This is my first time filming a full video in the new flat, and so I'm not really sure what noises you'll be able to hear, and I'm really sorry if there are distracting noises. It will get better from here as I learn what you can hear as regards to the road and the people in the hallway. Luckily, I've never really heard anyone in the flat next door, and upstairs are generally quite quiet during the day, so hopefully this will be fine and you won't hear any annoying noises in this video. All that being said, I would like to get straight into what this week's video is, and that is a review of a wonderful book that I am so excited I got to read early. I got an advanced reader's copy of it because I am part of the Right Reads tour for it, and that is The Beast and The Bethany. This is written by Jack Meggitt Phillips and has been illustrated by Isabel Fuller. It comes out on the 3rd of September and is published by Egmont. This is a middle grade novel. It is the first in what is going to be a new series, and I think it's a really great start to the series. I'm going to go straight into giving you a quick wrap up of what the book is about. This book is about a man called Ebenezer Tweezer who is over 500 years old and he is nasty. He has a monster that lives in his attic in his grand old house, and this monster will grant him any wish that he wants. Basically, he'll vomit up things that Ebenezer wants. He can vomit up money, he can vomit up pets, he can vomit up anything that Ebenezer could ask for. But in exchange, Ebenezer Tweezer has to feed him things that he asks for. In the past, this has involved things like very rare birds and exotic animals, but the monster asks for something different this time. He wants to eat a big, fat, juicy child. Ebenezer has never had to give the monster anything this serious before, and he's a bit nervous, but he meets the perfect child, Bethany. And Bethany is a naughty little girl, basically. She is completely wild, she's very naughty, she does what she wants, and Ebenezer thinks, I found the perfect child because she's so horrible that I'll want to feed her to the monster. So he adopts Bethany in the hopes of feeding her to his monster. But of course, Ebenezer does turn out to have, this is not spoilers by the way, of course Ebenezer does start to have conflicts and he keeps Bethany in the house for a bit, and it's all about what happens when he starts to get to know Bethany and the monster. Now, this was such a fun read. I really enjoyed it. I really liked the caricatureness of Ebenezer Tweezer, the monster, and Bethany. They really were these big, over-the-top characters that I really love about middle grade books. I'm currently reading a series of unfortunate events, and I can draw parallels to that. It also reminds me a bit of Roald Dahl. It really is just like, you just get this like big, over-the-top nonsense feeling from it. Definitely reminds me of Roald Dahl, and I really appreciated that. I think Bethany and Ebenezer are really great main characters. They really bounced off each other well. They had a great back and forth, they had a great relationship, and I found it really interesting watching them both learn from each other, both Bethany learning to become better and Ebenezer discovering what it means to get to know other people. And of course, the monster. The monster I think is very interesting. I liked that he was a different kind of monster. He's not just the standard monster you read in any book, he was creative. The only thing I had a problem with when it comes to monsters, I don't really know what he looks like, and I found that the book overly relied on illustrations which weren't in my review copy, and I found that without the illustrations I didn't really know what was, like, I didn't really understand what the monster looked like. I think there needed to be a little bit more description in there of the monster because I feel like I missed out having not seen the illustrations yet. But this isn't a review copy, so that can be taken out when you read the final copy. I thought the story was really original. I really liked that you had a completely different twist on the idea of adopting a child from an orphanage. And yeah, I thought it was nice because normally, you know, in middle grades, there's one goody two-shoes character who's like completely perfect, and you didn't have that. And I really actually enjoyed reading about these bad characters, and it was really fun and wacky, and I can imagine parents reading this to their children and doing all the voices and getting really into it and showing them all the illustrations. I think it's going to be a really great bedtime story for small children. I totally would read this to my kids. I think it's great. I rated this book 4 stars, and I do think it's a really, really good middle grade. Obviously, it's not going to be as detailed and as intricate as young adult or adult books, but I think it does really well for a middle grade. It really grips you, it really makes you want to read more. It's a very easy read, and I really, really appreciated that. I thought it was so much fun. My only criticism is, honestly, I thought it should have been longer. I wanted to get to know Bethany more. I wanted a bit more of a build-up with Ebenezer before he got Bethany. I just felt like I wanted more. I wanted more writing, more description, more building up of the characters, I think, because you don't really need much world building, especially in this world, but I did feel like there wasn't much character building at the start, and even for a middle grade, I think that's quite important. And again, I think the illustrations were overly relied upon. I think that they would do a brief description and then give you this illustration, and that was the whole building of the character, whereas I would have liked to get to know their traits a little bit more, to explore their personality a bit more, because I think there was a lot of telling and not showing. We were often just told that, oh, Ebenezer is this, Bethany is this, the monster is this, rather than, I would rather have seen an action and to be able to get the impression of what they were like, rather than just being told, oh, they're naughty, they're this, they're that. And that's the only thing I think it was missing, because I know Roald Dahl books are a similar sort of length to this book, but I feel like that's what it was missing in comparison to Roald Dahl, is that you didn't get that build-up of the characters, and the same with A Series of Unfortunate Events, Lemony Snicket books, you don't get that build-up. But I do think this is a really great first book. I think now that you have been introduced to the characters, the rest of the books in the series are definitely going to be really interesting. There's a really, really good plot twist at the end of this book that will sort of intrigue you and make you think, I need to read the rest of the books now to find out what's going to happen next. Okay, so that was a really, really short review, and I just wanted to say thank you again to the Right Reads and to Egmont for allowing me onto this tour. It has been so much fun, and I really love discovering a new book, especially a new middle grade, because I don't read a lot of middle grade, and it's really fun getting to try them out like this. Just to remind you, The Beast and The Bethany comes out on the 3rd of September, which is just a week away, I think, by the time this video goes up. So if you like the sound of it, please pre-order it or consider going in to buy it from your local stores when it comes out. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I have really enjoyed making this video, and if you'd like to see more reviews from me, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. That's it for today. Bye!